And welcome back to Agri Talk as we wrap up our broadcast at the Food Bank for Central and Northeast Missouri in Columbia, Missouri. And again, we know that this isn't just unique to the state of Missouri. This is a problem throughout the country, a challenge, a lot of food insecure, and that's been a growing need. So if you can support your local food pantry, your local food bank, it would be greatly, greatly appreciated. And again, in the state of Missouri, remember the summer-long food drive campaign will be taking place to benefit Missouri's 6 food banks. It will conclude with the Missouri Farmers Care Food Drive Tuesday at this year's Missouri State Fair. And let's talk about that with Missouri State Fair Manager Mark Wolfe. Mark, we'll talk about the fair in general in just a moment, but I know that you at the fair are happy to be participating in this program.
That's right, Mike. We're real excited about this. It was a great opportunity to partner up with Ford and Missouri Care, or Missouri Farmers Care. I think the whole thing about this food drive is what the fair is all about anyway, because we're about agriculture. That's what we promote, and it's just a great partnership and a great opportunity.
So we hope that people will participate and then certainly have that big day at the fair.
That's right. It's hopefully we need lots of trucks to haul it all the way on that day. On Tuesday the 16th, we're going to culminate the event. People can come to our Centennial Gate, which is where we're encouraging folks to come. It's the most area for us to coordinate something like that. We will take canned food at the other gates around the fairgrounds, and we'll help with collecting that at the end of the day. But we hope to have tons and tons of canned food ready for these folks at the end of that day, and certainly throughout the summer with the program through June, July, and August, that we raise a lot of food through the Ford dealerships. Yeah,
most importantly, the food will be raised. But a part of this, too, is you'll get a discount coupon for the Missouri State Fair. And once they get in there, what are they going to see this year?
Well, that's right. We're going to offer some discounts for the cans that are brought in. And then I think we got a great lineup at the fair. Everybody always wants to know what our grandstand lineup is going to be like. And yet we still have one out there that's hanging that we're not announcing. But got a great lineup. I think we got a little bit of music for everybody. We were talking about that on the way up today. We've got a little blues, we've got country, we've got old rock, new rock, classic rock, even got bluegrass this year. So if there's any kind of music that you like, we're probably going to have it at least one night during the fair. And on top of that, we have a lot of other great events going on.
In the economic times in which we live, there are always budget constraints and challenges there. How difficult does that make in putting together your fair schedule?
Well, Mike, we try to make the fair as affordable as we can. We've been promoting that for years, that it's a family, affordable, fun trip for folks. And, we've talked about the daycations and the staycations and all those things. But, we didn't raise any cost to the fairgoer again this year. Still a full adult admission for days, $8. I can tell you there's about $250,000 worth of free entertainment on the fairgrounds every day. And so it's a great value. So I think it's a great opportunity for folks to come out and support the fair and what our mission is, but also to support youth and agriculture, which I think is one of our, one of those things that we really concentrate on. And if you haven't been to the state fair and watched some of these kids show, it's not all about winning. It's just it's an opportunity for those kids to get out there, show what they've done, show that hard work, and it's really neat. They can come off and take third place and with a smile on their face, just like somebody that wins. So it's a great event all the way around.
And the great thing about the Missouri State Fair in Sedalia that always impresses me is you've been able to keep the agricultural roots, and it's very much a family atmosphere at that fair.
That's right. As I said, we're an ag fair. I know there are some fairs around the country that have kind of shifted a little bit from that, but the Missouri State Fair is and always will be an agriculture fair. We're there to promote agriculture in our state and promote youth and the future farmers of our state. And that's what we want. That's where we want that focus to always be. And so we try to offer something that makes a package deal for people when they come to the fair. We also know that you don't have to be involved in agriculture to enjoy the state fair. And I think one of our focuses the last couple of years with our science and technology stuff proves that. It shows something that's at the fair that ties back to agriculture, that the urban kids can be involved in and be interested in, and says, you don't have to be out digging in the dirt and raising crops to be involved in agriculture.
It's a great showcase for Missouri agriculture. Again, the dates for this year's fair?
August 11th through the 21st.
Here before we know it. And again, the 16th is the day for the food drive. Bring the food. Now, can they bring food any day of the fair or just on that day?
That's a good question. I'm sure if people brought food, we'd take it, but the day of, on that 16th, is the day that we'll do the trade out for the admission reduction. So, it's in my mind, it's all about getting the food and getting it there and collecting it. So, we'd like folks to go through the Ford dealerships and do that ahead of time, certainly, but on the 16th is the day at the fair when you can take advantage of that discount.
I hope you're looking for trucks and trailers and wagons that day to haul it all to the food bank.
Me too. I've got a couple of those. I'll bring them along if we need them. So,
Mark, we'll see you at the fair. Thanks a lot.
You bet. Thanks, Mike.
Mark Wolfe, Missouri State Fair Manager. It will be here before we know it. Okay, let's circle back now. Paul Backman is with us, incoming commercial head for Syngenta. And again, we're going to present $500 here to the food bank for Central and Northeast Missouri on behalf of Syngenta and the Halix GT Weeding Out Hunger campaign. And Paul, we've heard now again, we keep hearing this story, this great need out there, the food insecure. And I think that's why it's great for companies like Syngenta, as you said, that thinks globally but acts locally. I mean, it starts right here on the local level.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And, our people feel good about this. Not only do the Syngenta employees feel good about it, but I think most growers that have recognized that they're not only using a good herbicide in Halix GT, but they're also contributing to feeding those that are in need, also feel good about it, as well as the ag retailer out there. There are many good ag retailers that have been involved in this and in getting cans that have been donated to the local food banks, and they certainly have felt good about what they've done to help feed their communities.
Well, Syngenta is to be commended for this, and imitation, I guess, is the greatest form of flattery. We've seen others kind of pick up on this theme too, and that's great.
Yeah, absolutely. If others want to imitate us in this regard, hey, hats off to them. It's a good cause, very good cause. People are in more need today than they've been in my recent memory. And so anybody else that wants to jump on this, I have to say hats off to them.
And let me bring Peggy Kirkpatrick in here one more time, Executive Director for the Food Bank for Central and Northeast Missouri. What's that website? What's that phone number for people that want to contribute?
Website is sharefoodbringhope.org. Phone number is 1-800-764-FOOD.
And you have to be thrilled with a campaign like this by Missouri Farmers Care and the State Fair and Ford.
Absolutely. Every can, every dollar is going to help us feed that many more people. And I also want to thank Syngenta, because $500 gift for us, we can take $1 and turn it into 20 pounds of food. So that's a $10,000-pound gift.
So, that's a good point, because some people think, well, will my little donation make much of a difference? It does make a difference.
It's huge. People don't realize if each of us in this state just gave $1 to the cause of feeding their hungry neighbors, it's huge how many more people we could reach.
That's great. We hope people will do that. The need is there, and this is a great opportunity for folks throughout this summer to go into your Missouri Ford dealer and drop off some canned food donations, and you can get a discount coupon for the Missouri State Fair. But most importantly, you're going to help a lot of needy people. And again, thanks to Missouri Farmers Care, great group here in the state of Missouri. Thanks to the Missouri State Fair for their participation in this, and of course Ford. And thanks to all of you who contribute to your local food bank or food pantry in your area. And we continue to urge you to do that, because the need is so great. Thanks to all that are here. We have a great group here today. We're going to grab buckets and go down and help them bail out the basement here while we're at the food bank for some plumbing challenges. We'll be back in studio tomorrow for an open line, and hope you'll join us then on Agri Talk, the voice of rural America.